Imagine two jets flying so low they evade radar entirely to strike a target that could collapse a military's primary supply chain. That's the kind of strategic shift we're tracking today. Stay with us and subscribe to the Global Warwatch network to see how the math of modern war is changing. The conflict in Ukraine has devolved into a massive industrial battle of attrition, where victory is increasingly defined by manufacturing capacity rather than tactical brilliance. This chart illustrates the stark reality of the artillery war. Russia is currently firing roughly 70,000 shells every single day. Meanwhile, Ukraine has been forced to ration its supply to 11,000 shells per month, far short of the 600,000 rounds needed to maintain optimal efficiency. This deficit is rooted in the post-Cold War PAL doctrine, shaping Western military thought around the use of overwhelming, decisive force to achieve rapid victory. This was later followed by the Rumsfeld doctrine, which shifted focus away from heavy, blunt artillery toward agile, high-tech air power. This shift led the West to systematically downsize or close its primary ammunition manufacturing plants over the last 30 years. While the U.S. is now opening new plants, the West currently lacks the industrial scale to match the massive, preserved Soviet-era output that keeps Russian guns firing. Because Ukraine and its partners cannot mathematically outproduce the Russian war machine in the short term, they have pivoted to a new strategy, changing the math by physically destroying the enemy's production capacity. When you can't match an enemy's output, the only logical move is to target the machinery responsible for that output. In October 2025, Ukraine demonstrated this pivot by striking the Bryansk chemical plant. To reach this deep strike target, engineers successfully adopted Soviet-era Su-24 bombers for a mission they were never originally designed for. These aircraft were reconfigured to carry Western-supplied Scalp-EG and Storm Shadow cruise missiles, stealthy, long-range weapons built to destroy hardened, high-value infrastructure. These bombers bypass Russia's dense air defense networks by flying at extreme low altitudes, hugging the terrain to stay beneath the radar's horizon. This radar-evading capability is a growing global concern. In April 2026, two Iranian Su-24s used the same tactic, flying just 24 meters above the water to strike the U.S. base at Camp Arif Jan in Kuwait. For Ukraine, the pairing of Western stealth missiles with the Su-24 provides a specialized capability to bypass frontline defenses and strike fixed infrastructure nodes that were previously out of reach. This map traces a drone barrage that struck the Sverdlov plant 800 kilometers away. As Russia's only industrial-scale manufacturer of explosive compounds, it's a singular point of failure. These chemicals fill everything from artillery to bombs stored at the 53rd Arsenal, just 4 kilometers away. Beyond energetics, the Royal United Services Institute has highlighted another vulnerability: Russia's heavy dependence on foreign technology for its most advanced systems. Complex systems like the Lancet drone are not self-sufficient. They require constant imports of foreign microelectronics, sensors, and Western-made machine tools for their assembly lines. This flowchart maps out a typical Russian procurement network, illustrating why broad sanctions fail. The system simply adapts. By routing through front companies, Russia keeps components flowing. This adds cost and lowers reliability, but doesn't stop the factory from operating. This shows why neither isolated missile strikes nor broad sanctions are enough. The Russian production machine is highly resilient, capable of adapting whenever pressure is only applied to a single point in the chain. This diagram shows the proposed workflow for a multinational fusion center, synchronizing a layering of effects. The first layer focuses on precision economic warfare, identifying procurement networks and cutting financing. Simultaneously, the second layer uses kinetic strikes to hit the physical factories those networks supply. By attacking financial networks and physical factories in a synchronized window, planners aim to keep production continuously off balance. This prevents the manufacturing system from adapting to any single source of pressure, slowly degrading the military's long-term endurance. Thank everyone for your time and participation today. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Global Warwatch Network. Please share your thoughts in the comment section and join us on social media. The links are provided in the description. See you next time.